Welcome, my name is Danielle. I live in San Francisco, California. So honored and grateful to have you tune in and work out with me. We are going to be doing a 30-minute workout and 10-minute meditation. I highly recommend staying tuned in for the meditation, even if you don't normally meditate or even if it's your first time. It's a completely guided meditation. We're gonna go through the 5 senses. So it really is amazing to reground your energy after a workout. So what we're gonna be doing here today is a 30-minute workout, and all you need is a yoga mat or exercise mat, and that's really just for our core moves. So that way you have some support underneath your back so you're not just laying on a hardwood floor surface. So that's all you need today, just your body weight. You don't need any props. If you have props and you want to add those in on your own, feel free to do so, but we won't be needing them today. So we're going to hop into a plank. Go ahead and plank it out. You can be either on your palms or on your forearms, you choose. I want you to knit your hip points to your lower ribs so you have a little bit of a tuck of your pelvis towards your hands, which is going to allow you to dome up your upper back a little bit more. You'll notice that when you do that, you're really engaging the core muscles even stronger. Good. Now powerful inhales and exhales. Our intention for class today is to really be present. And a lot of times when our mind starts to wander, one of the easiest ways to start to be in the present moment again is to focus on your breath. Good. Also being aware of the mind-body connection of what you are engaging, that will also bring you back into the present moment. You're here for another 15 seconds, then we're gonna go with mountain climbers in just 10. We're gonna run it out, get our heart rate elevated, and increase the heat in our body. We're gonna run it out for mountain climbers in just 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Knees to the chest. Mountain climbers here. Awesome. Run it out for those mountain climbers. Yes, hello, hello. Welcome, welcome. If you're just tuning in, hop into those mountain climbers. You're here for 30 more seconds. Run it out, run it out. Go, 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 as fast as you can. Drawing those knees into the chest. Activate your center core and use your breath. Powerful inhales and exhales. Awesome. Hi, Lorian, I see you. So good. You have just 15 more seconds in these mountain climbers. You're then going to lay down for supine toe taps in just 6. Lay down on your back in 4, 3, 2, 1. Lay down on your back, supine toe taps. Your knees are directly above your hips. Your knees are bent. Your shins are parallel to the floor. Now you can either point your toes. This will take away the intensity. If you want to increase intensity, flex your toes towards you. Bring your hands on your core. Shoulders down. Press low back, mid back down. We're going to go with toe taps. Now less intensity, you literally tap your toes to the floor and then bend your knees, bringing them back to the starting position. Now as you're toe tapping, you continuously press your low back, mid back into the floor. That's why your hands are here, so that your ribs don't flare up as you reach your toes down. A modification, if this feels too intense, is just to do one toe at a time and just alternate right toe, then left toe, down towards the ground. Now if you're like, I want to increase the intensity here, I've got this, you can flex your toes towards you, and as you reach your feet down, you're pressing down to the heels to the floor. And that's going to fire up the core even more. If you want to add in another layer, you can reach your arms overhead. Now that's only if you are very strong in your center core and you're not flaring your ribs up when you reach your toes down to the floor. Good. So awesome. And it's such a simple move, and you're not really moving too much, but it really builds up a lot of heat in your center core here. Supine toe taps. Yes. Remember, you can go with one leg at a time, alternating, or both for more intensity. You're here for 15 more seconds. Awesome. Then we are going to keep ourselves in that position, knees stacked over the hips, and we're just gonna extend our leg one at a time in just 8. Stay laying on your back. Bring your hands on your center core. Knees are bent in 3, 2, 1. Knees are bent, hovering over the hips. You're gonna extend your right leg straight out in front of you, and then bend it back in. Straighten the left leg, bend it back in. Good. So we're alternating here. If you wanna add in the extra intensity, you can hover for about 5 seconds. So for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Then bring it back in. Extend opposite leg and hold for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Then bring it back in. Otherwise, just keep extending and bring it back in. Same thing here. You're always pressing the low back, mid back down into the surface beneath you. That is going to engage your center core even more. Awesome. You're here for 20 more seconds. Then we have alternating leg lifts with our legs straight up to the ceiling. You have just 10 more seconds. You're gonna reach your toes straight up to the ceiling. You can have your hands at your core or down next to your hips. Toes up in 3, 2, 1. Alternating leg lifts, toes up to the ceiling, slowly lowering down your right leg, hovering above the floor, and then slowly reach it back up. Reach your left toes down, hovering above the floor, and then reach it back up. If you want to add in extra intensity here, you have a few different options. You can reach your arms straight up overhead. You can also crunch up, maybe even reach your fingertips towards your toes. If you have any tension in your head or neck, you can bring your hands behind your head. So you've got lots of options here. If your hands are behind your head, make sure they are supporting your neck and your elbows are out wide. And if you start to build up any tension in the head or neck, just lay your head back down. Otherwise, you're here for 20 more seconds. You got it. We've got hip lifts coming up next. Your toes will reach straight up to the ceiling, hands down next to your hips, and you're gonna lift your hips up off the floor, reaching your toes up to the ceiling. We're going for those hip lifts in just 8. Toes up to the ceiling, hands down next to your hips in just 4, 3, 2, and 1. Hip lifts, reach your feet up to the ceiling here. Now a few different things here for alignment. You're pressing your palms down into the floor to keep you steady and stable. You're pressing down so that you can lift your hips up using your core. Now it's gonna be harder the more you can lift your feet up to the ceiling and keep your feet predominantly over your hips. We don't wanna have our feet coming towards our head up this way. We want to be straight up as much as we can. Good. You're just here for 10 more seconds. Now we're going to go with toe reaches. Reaching your fingertips up towards your toes. In just 5. Toes up, fingertips up in 3, 2, 1. Toe reaches. Toes up, fingertips up. You're reaching and lower. Reaching and lower. Good. You're inhaling as you lay down, exhale as you reach. This is where you can bring in some extra breath work techniques. A lot of these techniques I've learned through yoga. You make a shushing sound as you reach. Shh. Inhale down. Shh. So the shushing sound is going to activate your core muscles even more. Yes, feeling the burn. I love it. So good. Everyone's feeling the core activate here. Awesome. We've got push-ups in 15 seconds. You can be on your knees or on your toes for these push-ups. I want you to be on your palms. It's gonna be 45 seconds of push-ups. In just 8. Getting set up for your push-ups, knees down or toes up. In 3, 2, 1. So push-ups. Knees can be down or on your toes. You're in 45 seconds here of push-ups. You have a couple different options. Your hands can be wide for wide push-ups, or hands come in below your shoulders for tricep push-ups. You can pick which ones you want. You've got 30 more seconds of these push-ups. Yes, yes, yes. Keep it going. Keep that energy up. We've got squats coming up. Yes, hello, hello. All right, we're going for our squats in just 8. Come up to standing. We're gonna go with wide squats, heels in, toes out, in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. So wide squats. We're gonna go a little bit wider than hip distance with our legs. Heels in, toes out, and squat on down. Good. We're gonna add in our arms here. Reaching up as we stand, coming down as we squat down. Up, down, up, down. We're gonna add a pulse at the bottom. Up, down, down, up, down, down. Really squeezing your glutes here. Your core should be active the whole time. We just burned out our core. Your core is your stabilizing muscles. So when you activate your core before doing your leg moves, it really starts to build integrity and strength and sturdiness in your body to do the other moves. Good. Now we're gonna add in a 5 pulse. Holding down for 5 at the bottom. We're going up and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Good. You're here for just 15 more seconds. We have our curtsy lunge coming up in 10. Your right foot will be forward. Left foot will be back. In just 5, curtsy lunge in 3, 2, 1. Stand at the front of your mat. Right foot is at the front. You're gonna you're gonna point your right toe slightly to the right as if it's at 1 or 2 o'clock on a clock. You're gonna send your left leg back, go for a pulse, and then slide up. If you can't slide, that's fine. We're just coming down for our curtsy lunge and then straightening our legs. You can bend your left knee for the pulse and then come up. Lots of options here. If you're on a slidable surface, you can slide in slightly and then slide back. For your curtsy lunge, you're really burning your outer glutes. Building in that heat here. Show you what it looks like in the front view. Right foot's on the floor, left foot back behind you. Your left foot that's back behind you is not straight behind you here. It's out to the side, towards the right. Good. Bending into both knees, straightening to come up. Bend into both, straighten to come up. You should feel them burn pretty quickly here. You got 15 more seconds. We're gonna go for a narrow squat in just 10. So your feet will be hip distance in 6. Coming into that narrow squat in 3, 2, 1. I'm gonna show you the front view. You're gonna be at the top of your mat. Feet are hip distance, you're gonna come into your narrow squat. We're just holding the squat here to start. We're gonna open out into a skater, then step it back into a lunge. So we're gonna open our right foot out to the side, bend it to come, bring it back in, step your right foot back as if you're in a crescent lunge, step it back into your narrow squat. Right foot out, side skater, bring it back in for that squat, step it out for that lunge, bring it back for the squat. Good. Couple different options for your hands. You can have them at the center of the chest. You can have them at your hips to make sure that your hips are squared to the front, or you can reach your arms straight up to the ceiling. You pick. Awesome. Welcome, welcome everyone. So you're staying low in that squat here. Yes. So good. Option for those hands, make sure you're activating your center core. You're pressing down through your left heel. Good. Yes. We're gonna switch legs in 10. Feet are hip distance, come down for that narrow squat. And then we're going to hover there for 10. In 3, 2, 1. Coming down for your narrow squat. Just hover here. Either hands together, hands on the hips, or reach them high. Whenever you reach your arms over your head, over your heart, you're elevating your heart rate. Anytime that you can elevate your heart rate, you're gonna burn through more calories. All right, side skater. Left foot out, bring it back in. Left foot back, bring it back in. Out, in, back, in, out, in, back, in. Good, keep it going, keep it going. Are you feeling the burn? Hi, Marie. Hello, hello. Feeling this burn in your glutes, also activating your quads, your hamstrings, your inner thighs, your center core as you're stabilizing muscles. Good. We have that curtsy lunge coming up in 10. You're gonna come to standing at the front of your mat. This time your left foot will be at the front of your mat. Rotate the toes out to the side. In just 4, 3, 2, 1. Curtsy lunge, come up to the front of your mat. Left foot is at the front. Rotate your left toes to 11 or 10 o'clock if you had a clock dial there. You're gonna reach your right foot back behind you. Remember, it's not directly behind you in line with your hip, but rather out to the left. Now you're gonna bend down deep and then straighten. Bend down deep, straighten. Now everyone's flexibility and range of motion in your outer hips is going to be different, and that's perfectly fine. We are each uniquely designed in a different way. So that's why I give you options on the other side. You can either send the leg back behind you and bend into your left leg and come up. You can bend into both knees and straighten up, or you can slide your back leg halfway in and slide it back. You've got those options. You pick what's working for you and your body today. You're kicking my butt. Yes, I love it. You should feel this in those glutes, feel this in those hamstrings, the quads, your center core, your inner and outer thighs. Should be burning. Yes. All right. We've got our frog squat kickbacks in 10. You're gonna come out to a plank, palms down, in just 5. Meet me in your plank in 3, 2, 1. Meet me in your plank here. You're drawing your core up and in, hip points up to your lower ribs. Dome your upper thoracic spine, that's your upper and mid back and shoulders up to the ceiling to activate your center core more. We're going for those frog squat jump backs. So we're gonna bend our knees, hop our feet to the outside of our hands, come up, reach our arms up, come back down, jump it back into a plank. Bend your knees, hop up, hands to the feet to the outside of your hands, reach up, hands down, jump back, jump, up, down, back, jump, up, down, back, jump, up, down, back. These are frog squat jump backs. It's gonna elevate your heart, get a little bit of cardio, really burn out those legs, using your core, using your arms, full body working here. You got this, you have 20 more seconds, you can, you can. You got this, we have push-ups coming up in just 8. Hands come down, you can be either wide or for tricep push-ups in 4, 3, 2, 1. Hands come down. You're lengthening either out to a plank or on your knees, and then add in your push-ups here. You have 45 seconds of push-ups. Feeling your pectoral muscles activate here, the chest muscles, your biceps and triceps. Your whole body is working here. The lats on your back to support you. Yes, Argun. Will this be posted later? It will be. It's going to be on for 24 hours, it'll be on the live story when you click on the symbol on the CORE40 Instagram account, or after 24 hours, it'll be on the IGTV account spot, and you can go on there for any time for life. All right, you got 12 more seconds in these push-ups. Give them to me. We have bridge lifts, laying on your back in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lay on your back. Feels so good to lay on your back right now, right? All right, hands down next to your hips. Feet are directly underneath your knees. You're going to lift your hips up and then slowly lower halfway down. Lift them up, lower halfway down. These are your bridge lifts. You're squeezing your glutes each time you lift up your hips. We're gonna be here for a little bit because we wanna feel that booty burn. You might have already felt it in the curtsy lunge and the squats. And we're just gonna amp that up here with these bridge lifts. Good. We're gonna hold it at the top in 10. Lift those hips up as high as you can. Make sure your core is still active here. Lift those hips up as high as you can for pulses in 3, 2, 1. Lift your hips up as high as you can and pulse it up, up, up. Yes, this is a thrust. You're thrusting your hips up so that you can squeeze your glutes, squeeze your booty here. Keep those hips up high. If you feel tension in your lower back, that means you're going up a little too high. So find that sweet spot. Good. We're gonna lift our heels up in 5. Keep those hips up the whole time in 3, 2, 1. Keep your hips up. You're gonna walk your feet in slightly, lift your heels up, and then pulse it up, up, up. You should really start to feel that glute intensify here. Yes. Still breathing. If your mind is wandering, bring it back to your breath. Bring it back to your body. Think about how grateful you are for how strong your body is. Yes. We've got 10 more seconds here. Then we're gonna keep our hips lifted and then lower our heels down and lift them up. So your hips will stay lifted the whole time in 3, 2, 1. Hips stay lifted. Now lower your heels of your feet down, then lift your heels of your feet up. Heels down and up, down and up. Yes. Whew, I'm feeling that burn. Are you guys feeling that burn? Drop me an emoji if you're feeling this right now. If you have your phone next to you. If you don't worry about it. Stay in these. Feel that activation of those glutes here. You have 15 more seconds here. Then you're going to keep your hips up. You're going to walk your feet out a little bit wider. Keep your hips elevated, and then we're gonna go with knees in and out in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Don't let your hips drop, keep them up. Walk your feet out to the side, heels in, toes out. Now we're closing our knees in towards each other, they don't have to touch, and then opening out. Your hips stay elevated the whole time here. You're gonna feel this activation of those glutes a little bit more on the outer surface instead of the narrow glutes. Gluteus medius and maximus here, both are working. Make sure you have that strong center core. Activate that core. Still breathing, maybe even closing your eyes here. Thinking about how much stronger your body is getting with every repetition here. I see all of your emojis, I love it. Good. We have our last round of push-ups in 8. Get to those push-ups as fast as you can. 45 seconds of push-ups, the last round of them in 3, 2, 1. Drop those hips down. Come out to those push-ups. Either wide push-ups or tricep push-ups. If you're doing wide push-ups, your hands are out wider than your mat. If you're doing tricep push-ups, your hands are directly underneath your shoulders. Option to have your knees down or lengthen out on your toes. Yeah, you're feeling that peach burn, yes. Love it. So good. You have 20 more seconds of the push-ups. You can. Fight through it, feel that burn, feel the activation of your chest muscles here. Feeling those biceps and triceps. Last 5, we have our bicycle crunches, laying on your back again in 3, 2, 1. Doing a little bit of back and forth. Laying on your back and coming back up. Gets that heart rate up. Laying on your back, fingertips behind your head, elbows wide. Bicycle crunches here. A little bit more core. Another arm move. And then we are going to be finished. Opposite knee to opposite elbow here. Fingertips behind your head to support your head and neck. Make sure your elbows are out wide. They're not coming in, closing in on your face here. Good. Going to opposite knee, opposite elbow, waking up those obliques again, hitting them another time. So good. You have 15 more seconds in these bicycle crunches. We have our Russian twist coming up in 10. Come to a seated position in 5. Russian twist in 3, 2, 1. Coming to sit down here on your mat. Your fingertips or hands next to each other, palms into each other. Now you can have your feet down and rotate side to side. Or you can increase intensity lifting your feet off the ground. Going side to side here. If you want extra, you would extend the opposite leg from the side you're turning on. So if you're twisting to the right, you'll extend your left leg, then bring the knee back in. Twist to the left, extend the right leg, bring it back in. That would elevate your Russian twist. We have our tricep dips in just 10. You're staying seated, feet out a little bit further than your Russian twist. We're going tricep dips in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Tricep dips. You're gonna bring your hands down on the mat, fingertips towards your feet. Send your feet out a little bit further than you would for bridge lift. You're gonna lift your hips up. This is your tricep dips. You're bending into your elbows just slightly. Your butt doesn't need to touch the ground. To activate the backs of your arms, that's your triceps here. Now the further out you send your legs, the more intense you're gonna feel this in those arms. Good. Building up a little bit more heat in the backs of the arms. Make sure your gaze is forward. It's not up, it's not down, it's straight out in front of you. Keep your neck in line with your spine here. You're here for another 10 seconds, burning out those arms. Last 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. We're gonna take this to a Superman, laying on your belly. Reach your fingertips forward, send your legs back. We're gonna reach and lift our hands and legs off the floor. Press your pubic bone down into the floor. Activate your core muscles as you lift and then lower. Lift, then lower. Lift and lower. Lift and lower. This is your Superman. Yeah, so you're gonna feel this a little bit in the booty, and you're gonna feel this strengthening your back. So your core muscles are not just your six-pack muscles, so your obliques, it's also your lower and mid back muscles. There's a lot of muscles involved in this core section, so your core doesn't end with just the front of your body. Superman is amazing for strengthening your back. Good. You've got 10 more seconds. We're gonna lay down on our backs in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lay down on your back, draw your knees into the chest, circles with the knees. Hands are on your knees, and you're just drawing a circle with your knees, going out to the side, forward, out to the side, and then towards you. That's going to release any tension or tightness you have in your back. Then reverse those circles here. So good. Draw your knees into the chest. We're gonna go with a simple twist. Knees go out to the right side of you, arms out like goalposts or out to a T. When your knees go to the right, your head goes to the left, if your neck allows. Otherwise, you can look straight up to the ceiling. Long, deep inhale. Open mouth, exhale. Releasing any and all tension here. This is your simple twist, releasing any tightness in that back. Slowly come back to center, draws knees into the chest. Knees go to the opposite side, to the left. Open your arms out, gaze over to the right. If your neck allows. If your neck feels tight or stiff, just gaze up to the ceiling here. Long, deep inhale through the nose. Open mouth, exhale. Sighing it out. Slowly draw the knees back into the chest. Rolling over to the right side, using your arm as a pillow. Pressing into your left palm slowly to rise. Coming up to your comfortable seat for your meditation. Right away with your eyes closed, bring your gaze inward here. This journey inward will reground you and refresh you here. Good. Long, deep inhale through the nose, powerful exhale through the mouth. Feeling completely supported, so completely comfortable here. Either you're seated on the floor, on a couch or a chair. You're elongating your spine upward, crown of the head reaching skyward. Bring your palms facing down on your thighs for more grounding energy here. Bring your closed eyes, but your inner gaze up and in to the space between the brows, your third eye. Feeling completely relaxed and at peace. Naturally, your breath begins to soften. You are completely safe and at ease. Imagine that there are tree roots from your connection to the earth, from your sit bones. These tree roots dive deep into the center of the earth, branching out in various directions, but centering at the core. With every breath, you're breathing in vital nutrients and minerals, healing your body, allowing these vitamins to nourish you throughout every breath that you take. Allowing these vitamins and minerals to permeate through every organ, tissue, muscle, bone, and cell in your body. We are going to go on a visualization experience. Visualize and experience a rainy day. Experience it as if it were happening right now. Rain has cleansing properties, providing us with the opportunity to wash away what no longer serves us. With every breath, experience the cleansing process that the rain brings. Cleansing away your fears, removing negativity, dissolving your doubts and worries, washing away anything that no longer serves you. Think about it as if you have a car that is dirty and covered with dirt, and the rain washes it clean, refreshing it, sparkling new. Visualize and experience the rain. What do you see in your mind's eye? Perhaps you see water droplets on the blades of grass or on flower petals, or the way that droplets weigh down the leaves on a tree branch, or the places where the rain creates a puddle. And what do you hear? The pitter-patter of the rain on your umbrella? The rain coming down on a tin roof or hitting the sidewalk? The rain is like a symphony from nature. What do you smell? When you step outside and breathe in the scent of rain, what do you smell? Is the aroma of moistened dirt? Is it refreshing? Breathe it in here. And what do you feel? When it's raining out, perhaps you like to cozy up next to a fireplace and read a book. Maybe you feel the warmth of the fireplace as you're looking out at the rain outside your window. Or perhaps you are outside in your rain boots and you can feel the rain coming down on your face. And what do you taste? Can you taste the rain? When was the last time that you went outside in the rain and stuck out your tongue, tasting the rain? When you imagine the rain falling down and you're outside, and all of a sudden the clouds part and the sun comes out. You can even see a rainbow. vibrant colors, feeling the excitement of chasing the pot of gold at the end of the rainbow, even smiling and giggling a little. Noticing how magical this rainbow is. Breathing in your smile. Breathing in this cleansing opportunity of the rain, washing away all of the things that no longer serve you. Saying thank you for this magical gift of being here alive on earth. It is truly a miracle to be here in this moment. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Begin to deepen your breath, feeling completely cleansed and refreshed. Slowly open your eyes back into this room, back into this body. Feeling completely restored. It feels so good to be able to meditate with you and work out with you today. Please let me know in the comments how you feel right now. How did the workout make you feel? How do you feel after the meditation? And what's something that you are grateful for today? Thank you so very much, everyone, for tuning in. Again, my name is Danielle Klein with Danielle Blends. You can follow me on Instagram at Danielle Blends, my website, www.danielleblends.com. I truly appreciate every single one of you joining me for this 30-minute workout and 10-minute meditation. Have an amazing rest of your day, and thank you so much.